Hi, I'm Rita. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Life Worth Reading. This video today is actually going to be a little bit different because if you're watching this on the day that it comes out, it is officially been 4 years since I've started on booktube. I published my first ever video on the 28th of November of 2020, so it has been over 4 years since I have had this channel. And in honor of this anniversary, I wanted to share with you 4 lessons that I've learned over the past 4 years and just a couple of thoughts and meditations on what has been my journey here on booktube. Maybe starting with some basic stats, I have published over 165 videos over the past 4 years. So those are that's a lot of videos, which made me learn a lot about how to film, how to edit, how to pace a video. I'm still learning a lot. I'm still trying to find my style. It has been maybe the hardest thing for me to learn is how to actually make a video look good and make it aesthetically pleasing in terms of my editing and all of that. And I'm still working very hard at it to make it better. The first lesson that I think that I have learned over these past couple of years here is that I make videos because I love to. This is a hobby of mine. Obviously, when I started out, I didn't know if I would enjoy it or not. I started during a very lonely time. You know, it was a pandemic. I was in between degrees in university. I was feeling very lost. I was feeling very lonely. And I had just gotten back into reading more or less in like 2018. And I just wanted to try something new. And honestly, I'm really proud of myself for that. I don't always try new things, so that was really, really important for me. And I started it out because I wanted to make videos. I wanted to record my taste in books. I wanted to make like a book diary that I could look back at. And I also wanted to have contact with other people. I wanted to make friends. I wanted to discuss what I liked, what I didn't like. And quite honestly, I did find that. But what I really mean to say by this is that I did not start a channel in order to ever become famous, to become known, to have a really, really large following. And that is what has kept me going for the last 4 years, because as you can probably tell, I do not have a large following. I have a very, very, very small following. So the fact that I'm still making videos just proves how much I do enjoy the process and how much this is an escape to me and something that I'm passionate about and something that I just really like to do. And I think that also really helped me to think about the second lesson that I learned on booktube, is that the numbers really don't matter. I mean, they do, and I am often still upset when a video I've worked really hard on doesn't perform very well, or the fact that over 4 years I haven't even broken 1,000 subscribers yet. Sometimes I'm very upset by that. It's very unmotivating, but I remember that first of all, I am not ever talking to myself. There are still people, no matter how many, that still watch my videos, that still comment on my videos, that still talk to me, and that let me know that I am not talking to myself. I'm not talking into an endless void. I am always talking to someone. And really, that just makes me feel less alone, no matter how many people that is. And it just makes me feel so grateful that there are still people who take time out of their day to watch my videos, to comment on my videos, and who maybe enjoy when I do post a new video. So yes, it's very highly unmotivating when the work you're putting into your videos is not matched by the number of subscribers, of views, of likes, of comments. But if you're not making that for yourself, I mean, obviously I'm not making it for myself, because if I would just not upload it anywhere and I would just make videos for myself to watch. But if you're, I don't know, if you're doing it for the wrong reasons, I think you'll find that you're much more upset at it and sad about it. And again, I am often upset about it, but it's not the reason I make videos. It was never the reason why I made videos. Yes, it would have been nice to have reached maybe a specific following or a specific number, but it is what it is. I enjoy the videos that I make. I don't think I make bad videos. So the fact that it hasn't maybe reached my target audience, that's okay by me. I'll just keep trying until it no longer makes sense for me to keep going, until I no longer find passion in it, until I no longer want to do it. And again, talking about the people that will watch your videos, no matter how many that is or how big or small that number is, the third lesson is reach out to people. I feel like it is so overwhelming at first. There are so many channels, there are so many people, and now more than ever, there are so many people on booktube, which is amazing. And it can be really overwhelming to know like how to talk to people, who to talk to. But I found that 90% of the time people are very welcoming. People want to talk as well. Maybe people feel like they're not reaching other people too. So when you do comment on the video, when you do take time to do that, to send a DM, to comment on an Instagram post, to comment on a YouTube video, you're just making another person's day. And I feel like it's so important to make friends. I've met so many amazing people through booktube, people that are now my actual real life best friends, people that when I go abroad I can visit and hang out with because we just know each other and we can do that. And it's just so amazing and really, really heartwarming to know that people want to make friends, people want to build a community, and don't ever feel discouraged to send a message or to comment on something. Even if it doesn't work out, keep trying with other people that you find interesting, with other people that you enjoy their content, you enjoy their opinions, you think that they are an interesting person who could add something into your life. I feel like building community is so, it's one of the most gratifying things on booktube, in my opinion at least. And it's one of my favorite things, and I love to see what people are doing. I love to watch their vlogs and see how their week is going. I love knowing at the end of the year what their favorite books were, what their highlights of the year were. And yeah, it's just so great to make friends that have at least an interest that is similar to yours. I mean, you both love books, but obviously there's a lot more to a person. But when you have at least that in common, it just makes friendships bloom so much more easily. So don't ever feel discouraged about reaching out to people. I find that more often than not, people are very, very welcoming and they want to talk to someone too. And I feel like it's just a way to make you feel less alone in this endless void of content that is YouTube. Also, I'm speaking like I know things. I know absolutely nothing. I have nothing of actual knowledge to share with you. These are just my experiences, my little journey, and just my experiences. So I actually don't know shit, but yeah, let's keep going. Something else I feel like I've learned over the last couple of years is a lot about myself, about my own reading taste, about what I like and what I don't like, what I agree with, what I don't agree with. And I feel like that just comes from being in a community and seeing so many things and just trying things out for yourself and seeing what works and what doesn't. In terms of book owning, I discovered that I do love to read books physically. That is my favorite way to read books. I mean, physically or on Kindle. I do like an audiobook experience, I really do, but I read 100%, especially this year specifically in 2024, I've read 100% of my books physically with my eyes. that's something that I learned that I really do enjoy, and that it really helps me to connect with the story and to, for example, stop doom scrolling. It really helps me to actually sit down and read a book. In terms of book owning, I discovered that I really do like owning books, but I don't necessarily like buying new books all the time. I love a secondhand book. I love a good deal on a book. And I will be at your local secondhand bookstore gathering everything up I can, you know, with the same amount of money that would have bought me maybe like 2 books at a bookstore. I also learned that a really, really large TBR is overwhelming to me. 2024 was the year that I've had the largest TBR ever, and it has really made me feel very overwhelmed, which led to me starting a TBR destruction series, which is very much like the Read It or Unhaul It series that a lot of other booktubers are doing this year, that I absolutely love watching. Because yeah, I just found out that when I have a really big TBR, and especially of books that I haven't been reading for the past years, I'm just not excited about them anymore. And I just want to renew my TBR, and I want to buy new books and get rid of these old ones that I haven't read yet. Because if I haven't read them yet, there might be a reason for that. Also, I discovered that I'm very ruthless with my unhauls. I do not hold a lot of sentimental value with certain books unless they're a really, really special gift that someone buys me. Every time that someone buys me a book, I do keep it. Every time that maybe I'm less sentimental in that way, but if I go abroad and I buy a book, I'm probably gonna keep it. But anything else, I'm very, very ruthless with my unhauls. If I didn't like it, if I DNF'd it, I'm getting rid of it. I really am not a sentimental person in terms of like my owning books. I want my shelves to be books that I loved, that I really enjoyed, that I would recommend, and I do not care to own books that do not make me happy or that I did not enjoy reading. I also rediscovered that I love libraries. I love my local library. Last year I went there a lot, which was why my TBR grew, because I was buying books and then I was at the library a lot, reading the library books, and then I just wasn't reading my own TBR. So this year, unfortunately, I did go less to my local library. I picked up less books. I read less library books, but in 2025, we will go back to that because I think that libraries are such a gem. They're such interesting spaces in society. They are so useful. They have such intense and immense value to everyone, and I just love being there. It just always makes me feel better. If I'm having a shitty day, just going to my library, seeing other people read, seeing other people work, just being surrounded by books just makes me feel so much better. So yeah, because I was on booktube, I rediscovered my really, really huge and passionate love for libraries. I learned a lot about my own reading taste. I learned that I love fantasy a lot more than I ever thought that I did. I learned that I love a good romance in a book, but I don't like romance books. I learned that I love beautiful, beautiful writing, but if it's too flowery or it's trying too hard to be beautiful, then I don't like it as much. I don't like very sad books that are trying to make you cry, but sometimes I also cry at really stupid things that maybe I wasn't supposed to cry at. But overall, I discovered that I do not really like sad books, and I don't often cry when I read. I also really like horror books. I'm still trying to find out what my subgenres are, but I'm really, really enjoying reading horror more and more lately. I like spooky things. I like scary things, which was a revelation to me because I do not like horror movies. Like, you cannot drag me to a single horror movie I will not watch. I will close my eyes. So the fact that I like reading horror was pretty much a big revelation to me, and is exclusively the way that I intake spooky content into my life, because I cannot watch anything. Like, the visuals are too scary for me, but the visuals in my own head when I'm reading a book, I like that. So pretty much I just learned a lot about myself, about my reading taste, about what I like and what I don't like. And even though that is like a lifelong thing, I will always be figuring out what I like and what I don't like. I feel like specifically being on booktube and trying so many things because other YouTubers were trying books that were more popular, books that were least popular. I feel like I really have almost honed in on what exactly my reading taste is, and I've gotten pretty good at figuring out if I'm going to enjoy a book or not when I hear about it. And I think that that's a really, really great superpower that I now have that I didn't a couple of years ago. All in all, I know that this is a very silly and generic video of lessons that I've learned whilst being on booktube, but honestly, I am really grateful for the fact that, one, I'm grateful to myself that I ever took a chance and that I started this channel, because God knows how awful I was in those first couple of videos. But I am really proud of what I have created, mostly for myself, but I am also really grateful for every single person who has ever watched my videos, who has ever commented, liked, who still supports me, who still is excited when I post a new video. To all 10 of you, I'm very, very grateful. And to all the friends that I've ever made, people know who they are, but I love all my booktube friends so, so much. And even the people that I'm not friends with, I just love booktubers. And I'm gonna put a master list in the description of this video of booktubers that I just absolutely love and adore, and that you should check out and that you should watch, because those are the people that make being on booktube worth being on booktube. Again, sometimes it's very frustrating to put a lot of work into videos because editing can be such a bitch. And even finding time in between other things to film, to read, to edit, to post, it can be really hard, and it's disheartening when, again, the feedback doesn't really match the work that you put into it. But honestly, I've kind of learned to deal with it, and I'm kind of a flop, and I will continue to be one in 2025. I will continue to post videos whenever I feel like it, because I like it, because it's a creative outlet for me, because I like reading books, and I don't know, I'm just having a good time. No matter what, I'm mostly having a good time. So again, thank you so much to everyone who has supported me over the past 4 years. I hope that your reading year has been going well, and that we can get back together here in 2025 and read more books. If you're also a booktuber, let me know what lessons you've learned over the amount of time that you've been here on booktube. Do you agree with what I've said? Do you not agree with what I've said? Please do let me know. And yeah, if you did enjoy watching this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more bookish content, and I'll see you in my next video. I hope you have a nice day, and always remember that life is worth reading.